Hello YouTube, iFixItAll here, Team iFixItAll. I just drained the battery again. This is what happens when you put it on charge. I believe there's a onboard fan on the charger itself. It's going to cool that battery down. At the moment, it cannot charge because it's too warm according to the temperature sensor. I do feel some residual heat right here in the center. Once it begins charging, that light will turn green, and then your progressive stages of recharge will start to increase. I plugged that battery in at, goodness gracious, the reflection is terrible, 15 after 6 p.m. That's better light. Oh well. But you get the point. It's going to spend quite a bit of time. I think what it's looking for is room temperature. Something in the 78 degree range. 74. I don't know, because honestly, due to the nature of lithium-ion batteries, maybe they've engineered they've drawn a line in the sand and said, okay, do not start charging until these things come down to ambient temperature of whatever degrees Celsius, whatever degrees Fahrenheit. Because right now, I don't know why. Well, that's what's going on. They want this thing to come down to temperature. So you're going to lose a lot of time on recharge just for cooling down. I think that should be included in the manual. It is included and it's explained. But the connection that it's explained by way of that light. The red light is on and it explains why it's on. But then in the table that they give you for recharge, they didn't combine the cooldown period with recharge time. So that's the second item that I think is a little quirky. I don't think it's fair to say that it's 25 or 35 minute recharge time when you got to spend 50 to 75% of that time cooling down. My advice is give yourself 45 minutes for recharge, because that's what I somewhat experienced once already by dropping a hot battery in and then experiencing the time that it takes to fully recharge. 45 to, call it an hour if you like, because I think one time it took like darn near 20 minutes to cool off. Alright, hang tight and I'll show you what I just cut. I delimbed the remaining part of that pine tree. So with a fully charged battery, I was able to get 10 rounds cut. My 10th one is still hanging on by a hair on the butt log, which kind of irked me a little bit. I was hoping to get all of it cut up so I can bring my trailer over here and get this on the trailer. That's we're going to call that one a win. I couldn't get through the last couple inches. I can kick it off right now. It's hanging on by like an inch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and all the delimbing cuts. It's a lot of work for a battery operated chainsaw though. Last video I said don't ever trust a pine tree. They just hollow out so quick. This tree is 35 years old. So don't trust a pine. Any hole up in there will just collect moisture and critters and whatever, and they'll just eat it out from the center. And it was a good call for me to cut it down. I wanted to quite a few years ago, but I didn't. Another thing about these battery operated chainsaws, depending on your health, your age, or energy level or whatever, one battery might be okay for you. I'm talking about two things: vibration, one, and then this battery business. I believe you can, with one battery, I believe you can create enough work for yourself by depleting one battery that you throw it on charge, and then you end up doing a task that requires you to not cut, like, I don't know, clear and brush, or hauling firewood over to another staging point, or throwing it in the truck and whatever. You can create enough work for yourself using one battery, clear the mess, then with that same battery, finish out your other part of the tree. I'm probably overworking this chainsaw, and I probably will overwork the chainsaw. It's what I use a tool and it goes to work. I got to make like probably 2 more cuts in that. Got that one hanging on by a thread. Scooter, yeah, about 2 more cuts. So I'm not on the fence about getting another battery. I know I'm gonna. I want one. I can make do with what I have, which is probably what I'll do until I want to pull the trigger on one. I just do not know. They're worth their weight, so they go from like 180 to 2.25, $225 for the battery pack. You can almost buy, if not you can buy another saw for that. On the vibration part, some chainsaws have vibration dampers. When you're running the saw, the bar is not hard connected to the handle because there's rubber bushings and mounts that holds the engine and all that. This chainsaw is hard connected, meaning there's no insulators, there's no vibration dampers, so you're going to feel it in your hands. Oh, there's my cut, by the way. I was injured for a while. It doesn't look like nothing, but it was really bad. So depending on your conditions, your hands and use and all that, it isn't a high revving machine. So I don't really believe just a pair of gloves is going to be all you need. Even though there's no vibration dampers, it's not a high RPM thing. It's rather slow and surprisingly quick. You saw my other video. It's doing just about as fast as a gas-powered saw and doing some respectable work. So let's go see if my battery is kicked on charge yet. Hang tight. I'm going to pause you. Alright, we're back. Let's clean up in like 17 minutes later. We're still cooling down. See what I mean? Very misleading. I have that dinkiest warm spot right here in the center. I don't know what to do about that. I don't. I don't know what I can do to decrease or do something different. I mean, they didn't do that. There you go. It just switched over. Started charging. They didn't do you any favors by putting this in black plastic too. I'm not sure. Plastic naturally holds heat. I don't know if they would be better served to do an aluminum case. The price point would definitely go up, but the aluminum case would wick the heat a lot better with heat sinks and what have you. If this entire case here was just all aluminum, somehow bridge the exterior of the case with prongs of metal that would bolt to the bus bars in here, the DC bus bars, like the negative bus bar perhaps, or perhaps heat sink the batteries themselves to the outer case. But then again, I don't know. I don't know what I don't know on that. They made a choice for plastic, probably for cost reasons. I'll bet dollars to donuts if this case was metal, an aluminum case, just cast metal, aluminum, you would probably cool down quicker, and probably you probably experience less heat because it would wick a lot easier. This whole thing of throwing these hot ass batteries inside of a plastic doghouse is probably what's causing it to take so long to cool off. I expect this battery to be charged probably about 5 after 7. That's what my expectation is. I may update you guys later, but that would be the end of this video. Right now you can see those bars progressively talking to you. It's telling us that there's one bar that is considered fully charged, whatever that means. Okay, and I don't know what the second bar means, but I'm sure it gets progressively longer with each bar. Alright, well, y'all have a good day. See ya.